resistance to existing antibiotic is something of the order of 30 to 40%. And therefore, one has to go towards the injectable form. So with this, the azithromycin, we would be able to avoid injectable treatment and also have the very short 3-day treatment. It's a very safe drug. The side effects are very limited. And we would be launching ourselves a product in India. And obviously, we will be looking for some partnering and collaboration with the other companies in India and elsewhere.
Right. So, Khurakiwala, to begin with, will this be, you said in the next few months, approvals should come in, hopefully in a month, and you should hit the markets very soon in India. To begin with, this will be full-fledged commercial use, or will you begin with compassionate use for the local market?
As far as azithromycin is concerned, it would be normal full-fledged use because we have completed phase 3 clinical trial. And therefore, it would be a normal approval. And we would be able to market for in a normal course. And it is an oral treatment for pneumonia.
Okay. Sir, also, what is the size of the local market? Because I do believe this is far more superior than an erythromycin. You talked about how successful the trials have also been. And also not just India, the other emerging markets I'll talk about in a minute. But for India, what is the sort of market size we're looking at?
We are looking at a very substantial market size. We are still developing a business plan for that. But considering the resistance to existing antibiotic, azithromycin and clavulanic acid combination, we do expect that the market, and then ultimately, if oral treatment don't work, the doctor goes for injectable cephalosporins. So I think this is a very good alternative. It is a very cost-effective alternative also. So we do expect a very substantial market size considering the total market is very large in terms of usage.
Would you be able to quantify that for us, sir? Just a range, a ballpark, I'll be happy with that as well.
I don't think I'll be able to do that, but you are talking in next 3 to 5 years in hundreds of crores.
That's lovely. Now, I know none of this comes easy or cheap, right? So there's been a lot of money that's gone into research and going through these trials for this specific drug. What happens next? You've got to go out and market this drug. It's going to cost some more money. Would you consider, how do you plan to monetize this, right? Would you look at raising funds? I know this is a business where debt is high, your debt equity ratio is still sub 1, but still around 0.6, 0.7. What are you looking to do? How do you plan to fund the next leg of getting this to the market?
The one aspect is that since this new drug generally is used by the specialist, that is the chest physician and pulmonologists, the number of doctors available are very small and limited. And that is how we intend to launch ourselves. We also are planning to partner some of the other large Indian companies who have more extensive coverage of consulting physician. And from that point of view, the marketing spend for this product is going to be not very significant for us. And out licensing also will help us in terms of liquidity management.
What sort of deal would you be looking to crack with these the other Indian companies?
We do expect the business to take place mainly, basically, and we would supply at a certain price. And we expect if those companies who have a good coverage of the specialists we are looking for. So we would be selective in terms of the partners we choose who can do a good job of our molecule.
Mr. Khurakiwala, I heard you mention hundreds of crores of opportunities. Would this be the India opportunity or hundreds of crores considering both India and the other markets? And by when would you hit the other markets?
These opportunities, I think in India alone itself is significant. And the other markets would be additional opportunities. And we expect that in another 9 to 12 months, we would be entering other emerging markets. Because we had conducted clinical trial of phase 1 and 2 in US and Europe. And this clinical trial is in India. So collectively, we have covered about 700 patients in various stages of clinical trial.
Okay. And sir, one more question on this is for how long does, pardon my ignorance about this, but for how long does the exclusivity for usage in India or other emerging markets stay with Wockhardt before other players come in?
We have 2 patents. One is up to 2031 and another is up to 2037. So we have a fairly long period of time available for patent expiry dates. And therefore, over the years, we should be able to build up a substantial business as the resistance are increasing every day.
Dr. Khurakiwala, good morning. Tamanna here. Glad to speak with you
Tamanna.
as well. So just to get some idea on erythromycin, because it's much more effective than what is available out there. If you can tell us a couple of things, what would be the pricing be, retail relatively? Would it be significantly higher, or how much are you looking at this as an export potential as well?
2 things. One is, I think, like a new molecule, it would be priced appropriately for the benefit it offers to the patient. So, and since we are going to the specialist and the alternative is injectable also, so we would be moderately priced compared to the current form of the, treatment for injectables. As far as the oral is concerned, it would be obviously rightly priced, being prescribed by specialists. The second aspect is that we would be going out and finding partners even within India and outside India also. And that would help us to build the portfolio of business. So I think we are more looking in terms of building up use of this molecule on a global basis as our primary objective of launching this product. And for your just information, over the 20 years or so, in our antibiotic drug discovery program, we have already invested about $350 million. And what is getting invested in the launch of new molecule is quite insignificant compared to what we have already invested.
Mr. Khurakiwala, one quick question before I move on to WCK 5222. Over the next 1 to 3 years, what is the revenue contribution that you're expecting from this specific drug to your top line and bottom line?
I have already answered that question earlier, and it will be very significant. And this will be obviously, like new drugs, are a fairly high margin product actually. So more than that, I'm not. I don't have the information to share with you.
You know, you should be happy to know while we're in this conversation, your stock actually trades at the day's high when pharma generally is not looking good in trade. I know intraday moves don't matter, but you should be pleased. I'm going to move on to another drug, WCK 5222. This, I believe, is a 100% cure rate. You've done a few compassion uses as well, and it's been successful from what I understand. FY25 is what I've read is when this should hit the market full-fledged, but could you sort of narrow that timeline for me and tell me when exactly can we expect this to hit the market? How long will we have the patents on this for? And how good is the margins on this product? Because again, the success is supposed to be fantastic from what we read and understand.
It's a long patent. The global patent is there up to 37 for this product in US and Europe. And in India also patent is there early 32, 33. So it's a long patent available here, and therefore the opportunities are great. Second, in terms of usage, a compassionate use, as we have already mentioned earlier, so far we have done 13 patients with 100% success rate on a compassionate use where other antibiotics fail worldwide. The third aspect is that we are in the phase 3 clinical trial, and it will get over sometime later part of this year. And we will hit the global market by early in 25, FY25, 26, 25. However, we have also applied for, in India with the CDI, considering that the life-saving issue of this molecule, and we lose roughly about 100 lives a day, a week when the molecule is not available. So drug controller has given us permission to undertake a clinical trial, which we will be starting in the next couple of months for meropenem resistance cases where other drugs don't work. We use this product. And with this, we expect approval to come within 9 to 12 months in India for emergency use or a limited use, maybe.
So I have two very short and quick questions, and I'll try and make this fast. I want to talk about your contract manufacturing, and I know there was a deal that you had signed up with Serum. I know in the last fair presentation that you indicated this could be on the ground in the next 10 to 12 months. Can you update us on that? Because I don't think that deal has still hit the ground running.
The deal is there already. The transaction is there. We have the contract with Serum. And they have identified 2 molecules. They will license the molecule for themselves, which we hope that in the next 12 months or so, we should be started manufacturing for them these molecules in our UK operation.
Manufacturing as of today hasn't kicked off?
No, I think it will take time.
It will take time. Also, I believe you were contract manufacturing for the UK government and AstraZeneca as well. Any new such deals in the pipeline? Anything that you're currently talking to or working with? Because again, contract manufacturing is a high margin business for you.
Yes, we are in discussion with one global company, but we are still at a discussion stage and we have not yet completed and arrived at an arrangement with them. So, as and when something happens, we will certainly communicate.
Sir, before we talk to you about the biological strategy for Wockhardt, I believe you've indicated that the company will look to turning profitable FY25. Could you confirm that for me? And also, profitability aside, you've also indicated in the past where you were looking to offload a lot of your non-core assets, a couple of manufacturing units as well that you had. Is that plan on track? Have you monetized anything? Would that be expected in the next few quarters and hence you'll turn profitable? So just a timeline on when you turn profitable and if you are looking to sell non-core assets, if there's any movement on that.
I think let me just deal with the diabetic and biological portfolio. We are focusing this. We already have few products in the market and manufacturing. We have developed technology for a large number of other diabetic products, and we would be focusing on these products on our emerging market. And we believe it is a very significant. It is a strategic move, and we intend to introduce 6 to 8 products in the next 5 years in various emerging markets as far as the biologicals are concerned. As far as restructuring is concerned, we are looking at various options of restructuring our organization. And as and when something materializes, we'll certainly communicate with you.
The unit that you were looking to offload about 8-10 months ago, that hasn't happened yet, right?
No, I don't think we are trying to look offloading any of our physical assets.
Okay. Mr. Khoragewala, sorry, just a quick follow-up. Did I miss hearing from you about the when and how of the profitability? Since you've cleared that you're not looking to offload any manufacturing assets, I presume the profitability comes purely from core operations, and does that happen by FY25?
Yes, I think it will happen.
By FY25?
Yes.
Okay, great. Tamanna?
Yeah, just one last question, Mr. Khoragewala, and frankly, it's a broad one. Perhaps not so much to do with your new drug, but I think one that concerns all of us. You talked about briefly resistant antibiotics and how the resistance to antibiotics is growing more and more. Can you explain to us how big a concern is this and what it means for companies like yours, where the current crop of antibiotics just stop working fairly quickly after a while?
See, antibiotic resistance is increasing mainly because there are no new antibiotics discovered of significance in last 20 or 30 years. Even our nifty is coming after 40 years after azithromycin in that class of drug. So as a result, most of the big pharma has vacated that space long back. So as a result, the resistance are developing, and it is very natural that existing antibiotic over a period of time develop resistance, and therefore you have a new drugs. And therefore we have a series of new drugs. We talk of nifty, we talk of 5222, and there are another couple of drugs which are in the pipeline which will come over the years. So we are one of the very focused company in a global sense who have end-to-end capabilities of discovering new antibiotics for resistance, and we believe that that is a major contribution we are making to the healthcare and saving millions of lives, and that will happen over the number of years. Earlier, if you remember the O'Neill report in UK, he predicted if there are no new antibiotics are there, the death because of antibiotic would be the highest, even higher than cancer by 2050. And it will cost billions of dollars. But I believe that with our products coming in, we will not have that scary scenario.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Korakiwala. It's such a pleasure talking to you and understanding everything that's happening at Wockhardt. We'll hopefully catch you soon when you report your earnings in the quarter. With that, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We get you Brij Bhushan Agarwal of Shyam Metallics on the company's latest announcement of 3,600 crore rupees QIP.
Welcome, you're watching NDTV Profit. Thanks for tuning in. We have the management of a very interesting company with us, Shyam Metallics, roughly 17,000 crore in market cap, but the stock has doubled over the last 1 year. Of course, you have seen mid caps and small caps rally, but this one seems to be different because they're foraying into several businesses, including backward integration of their existing metals business. And to discuss that and more, we have with us Brij Bhushan Agarwal, who is the Vice Chairman and Managing Director of Shyam Metallics and Energy. Right, sir, let me get straight to it. Just to try and get perspective. Where are we today? What are the new businesses you forayed into? Give us a quick 2-minute snapshot for our viewers to get perspective.
Hi, good morning. Very happy New Year. See, we had been observing from last, 2.5 years, if you see the results, like what we pre-IPO and last year financial, we almost doubled the top line. And the major advantage with, focus, if we see, we had been always a very distinct company, like very different, on our business valuation side, on our product side, on the risk mitigation side. We always say that, we are a metal mart. We are going to create a FMCG metal basket, like you see in we are in the aluminum space, we are in the stainless steel. We just integrated into a stainless steel business just because, we make all the raw material of the stainless steel. And down the stream, if we are doing anything forward or backward, it's complement each other very well. Apart from that, if you see from in next 2 to 3 years, we expect that the revenue is almost going to be double. Lot of our expansion, what we declared 2 years back, from middle of coming year, this year itself, we'll see plant getting commissioned. So we'll see the numbers increasing. The stainless steel plant has also been commissioned. The plant which we took over from the NCLT, this itself is also going to be regularized this year. So a lot of happening. And, if you see, in last 2-3 years, we have always marches towards the value-added product, the specialty alloy, the aluminum, lithium foil. What we commissioned and our product got approved. In the time to come, we see the battery unit which is going to come up in the country. We will be a very important partner to them. So the B2C space, what we, if you see in last 2 years, the revenue in the B2C space has gone up 3 times, threefold. And the color-coated business also, which is going to be commissioned in the coming year itself, is going to add a lot of value to our supply chain management.
Sure. So, quickly, the 3 businesses you highlighted. One was stainless steel, the other was aluminum foil, and the third was EV. Are all 3 of these going to be margin accretive for the business currently? So, okay, let me try and simplify this a little more. Talk to us about where your margins are currently and where they will be in FY27 once all 3 of these businesses go fully on road.
See, all the business enjoy a very special margin. Like, if you talk, these special businesses generally are at the level of around, 20%, 15 to 20% EBITDA level, these 3 specialization. But apart from that, if you're talking for the revenue of 26, 27, I said like this year, we should be able to double in next 2 to 3 years. So if I'm talking of, today, this year we should be able to do a top line of around 15,000 crores, approximately 14.5, 15. So we expect that in 2 to 3 years, we should be between 27 to 30,000 crores. And apart from that, we have more vertical line, like, this is a flat product, color coated. On the long product space, also B2C. And if you see throughout the time, if you see the track record of last 2 to 3 years, we had been increasing the volume, we had been increasing the, the value-added product in our business. And down the line also, whatever new businesses and new expansion, what we have declared, it is more on the downside on the value addition side.